Ladies and gents, welcome back to the Raid Call EMS 1 Fall Cup 2013, our third and final cup of 2013. Joining me now is Anders and Joe to preview our next game. But before we get there, let's just check in on the group stage so far. We've had confirmation of the fact that Very Games have won 2 out of 2, and that wasn't predictable at all, gents, was it?
Game 2 was a little bit easier than I kind of expected, though. I mean, there were some rounds in the first half which I think that if they'd have gone the way of Copenhagen Wolves, it might have brought it to a closer game. But honestly, Very Games looked pretty unstoppable there.
Yeah, they kind of got over their mishap in game 1. What was going on, really?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I really felt like if Copenhagen Wolves could have taken the piss around on the second half, it could have been a very different game, which is maybe, I mean, that's an easy thing to say, but I feel like they could have really brought it back. We saw kind of the halftime shot of them when the half switched. We saw like a shot of the players, and they looked really down. Like Copenhagen Wolves, they didn't look happy at all. There was no spirit. There was no sort of them, telling each other it's going to be good, we're going to make it back. But it kind of begs the question, when are people going to start banning out Inferno against these, these Frenchmen? That's the question.
I mean, I asked MBK that in the interview. I was like, were you surprised? And he was like, yeah, I mean, maybe they duped them in some way into thinking that they were rubbish on Inferno all of a sudden, but we know they're not.
I think it was after the Fnatic performance earlier.
Yeah, I mean, they've looked at it.
T-side was a little bit ropey for them, and they thought, okay, we can put up some decent numbers on T, and then we might have a better CT side than them, or they might have a worse T side than us, as it probably is the case, but we saw how that ended. Yeah,
that didn't work out very well. So we move on to our final match of Group A today. Losing side so far. Now, lose this game and that's it, they're done at this season's Raid Call Finals, because that's it, dual tournament format means they go home. Let's have a look at the two teams on the screen right now, just give you the rundown, the lineup for the two teams. Fnatic versus Faculty, all Swedish account, of course. Flusher, Schneider, Modi, JW and Devilwalk for Fnatic, and Glaive, RDL, Pronax, Spitfire and Carrigan for Faculty. Not an all Swedish lineup as such, we've mentioned that already, but these two teams come into this in very different moods, Joe, because Fnatic are going to come in going, we put up a really stonkingly good fight against Very Games. We can totally take down Faculty. Faculty, on the other hand, have got to pick themselves up off the floor after their game. So, where's it going?
So that, for me, is the important part about this, that Fnatic had a very, very close game against Very Games. The fact is they've got one of the best weapons when they've got a break, in my opinion, in the form of Khan. Like, this guy, I said it before during game number 1.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be able to say, look, this is what went wrong for us. This is, and not a lot went wrong. It was 21-19 overtime victory. He's going to be able to pinpoint, or has, I hope for them, pinpointed what went wrong for them, and is able to turn things around. On the other side, like you said, in fact, he kind of got trodden down against the Copenhagen Wolves, and they're going to have to start afresh, basically, for this one.
Got Matt vote coming in just a moment. What's the best map here, do you think, Anders, for Faculty?
For Faculty, that's a good question. I think it might be Mirage, actually, because I know Fnatic are not very good on that map. They don't play that much, but I don't think Fnatic are going to allow them to get that map. I suspect they're going to put it out of the pool. So the best map scenario, it might actually be something like Dust 2 or something.
Mirage just got banned out by Fnatic. They're flying through them. Nuke and Train were the obvious two. They've gone as well. Dust has gone. Fnatic are obviously very strong on that one. Season's gone. They don't want to be playing on that one again. After earlier.
And I think after what they said about Season, the fact that, maybe not so comfortable, Cash might be a similar scenario here for Faculty.
Yeah, I think so too.
Could well be. Oh man, I mean, Cash is it's a map that has a lot in common with Season, with the mid control and everything. So it depends on, we don't know if either team has had, a secret weapon in actually preparing for Cash.
Uh-oh.
There it
is. And welcome back to the Raid Call EMS 1 Inferno Cup. It's Inferno game. I mean, joking aside, it's a fantastic map. We've loved it for many years. It's been fantastic in 1.6. In fact, it was fantastic in Source as well.
It's better now because we've got chickens
And
again.
It's even better because we've got chickens running around like Riot. Just a little nod to the Valve guys there. Why do we end up with Inferno every time? What is it about Inferno? Is it the fact that it is one of the most balanced maps in the game? Is it the fact that it still offers the ability to do well on T-side, even if you're having a bad game? What is it exactly, gents?
I suspect it might be more of a question of the fact that it's more sort of the neutral map, Whereas maybe the teams know that, okay, we don't want to play on Nuke because we don't want to play on Train because they know something about the other teams. So then it kind of it defaults to Inferno because it's like the map that maybe pretty much everyone can play on some level, and then they're hoping on the individual skill to carry it through after that.
Joe, do you think it's partly to do with there are only a finite amount of strats on Inferno, and they're pretty, I mean, like Anders said, they're pretty much practiced. Everyone knows what they are. It's really hard to invent anything new now, even though to start with in Go, a year ago, we saw people, you know, with the boosts up in top mid and round CT Arch and all crazy sorts of boosts, but we're not really seeing much invention right now. It's very standard.
Well, it's because of the fact that Inferno, despite the numerous different versions that we have, that it is pretty much still Inferno of 10 years ago, you know? Like, as you said, there's not that much innovation that you can really do, apart from the chickens and baiting out chicken kills and stuff like that, which is not even a thing. There's not that much to really come back with, and I think that Anna's pretty much nailed it, saying that it's a very neutral map, so to speak, like not much of a side bias, very much a we prefer this side for 100% of the games, I'd say, there or thereabouts. If you look at some of the other maps that have been there longer, they've got more of a side bias, which I think Inferno picks in, especially in this elimination system, rather than a picking system. I think Inferno will come up a lot more.
Okay, going to put you on the spot now, gents. It's time to pick a winner from this match. Who's staying in Raycall EMS1 and who's going home?
Well, since you picked me first, man, I can get the boring pick. I'm going to and okay. You guys can jump the bandwagon if you want. But
right.
I'm definitely on with that one. Fnatic running very games right to the limit. And Faculty, I still think they've got a lot of potential. They've got some incredible players in their lineup. Whether this whole communication, the different languages, the fact that they've not had much time to really adapt after losing that man. I think Fnatic right now are the stronger team, and if we were to put, well, we're going to put on a map, Inferno, I think Inferno is one of the maps where you'll see the best team come out on top 90% of the time.
All right, thanks very much, gents. That's it from us in terms of a preview for the match. We are about to get into the game. Before we do that, just a quick shout out to Fabian Basert Gruber. He is at Just Basert, which is B-A-S-E-R-T. A shout out to him because he's the man who has been helping us put together the map veto system that you've seen, and he's also been working on eBot, of course, which drives some of our stats at the end of the game. So a big thank you to you. I'm sure I know that you're watching right now. Thank you very much for your hard work and helping us do all of that. It's time to go over to the commentary team for our final game in Group A of today. It is the 7'7" giant Pansy alongside Jason Kaplan.
I swear, by the end of this, either you or myself are going to be 10 feet tall.
I need help with height, so I'm not against that. You know, I'm pretty short at this stuff, so I'm fine with being 10'10". Bring it on. Needs it.
All right, yeah, but we are back with another match on Inferno. You already had the pleasure of casting Very Games and Fnatic on this match a little bit earlier, and we're going to see it one more time. And right now, you know, we heard their thoughts on who's going to win this one, and I honestly have to agree, Fnatic. I mean, if you're going to warm up or prepare for a match, who better than Very Games to do that for you?
Yeah, very true. But then again, do you think we've really seen it in Faculty at their full strength?
That's also true.
It's a hard map to kind of come against, the one you obviously got to witness them on, and it may not show their real skill. And as you know, Joe and Paul and hell, even Anders pointed out, everyone knows how to play Inferno. It's, you know, become the new Dust. It's the one that everyone knows. Everyone can play it to a very high level these days. There's a limited amount of strategies, let's just say. At least you can, you know, counter them to an extent. And I feel as though we'll start seeing in Faculty more in their comfort zone. So I think this will be a little bit closer than I think a lot of people will expect. I believe Fnatic will win it, in my opinion, just because of the way they played Very Games. They took them to overtime. That says enough for itself. But I think in Faculty have a lot more to give here. I think there's a lot more to see. I think, you know, keeping in mind just the AWP play alone coming out from Carrigan, you know, if you take that into account, if he can apply that in 10% onto this map, he's going to make an impact. But then you've got JW, who did the exact same thing. When he was on point, him and Schneider were just absolutely ripping them to shreds. So it's a really hard one to call on this because, in my eyes, in Faculty, they're going to be easy to underestimate. I don't think Fnatic will be like that because they feel they're the underdogs at times because, you know, new lineups come in and go and they've had a couple of changes and they even said it themselves. They still feel they're quite new to this as, you know, the team they are now. But with the likes of Modi there, who's on your screen right now, I feel he can make such a difference in this. He wasn't, you know, the prolific player he can be in the last game, but what he was doing behind the scenes, we can only imagine because they almost beat Very Games in their first game.
Yeah, I mean, he kept them together. Like when they were looking like they were going to lose that one, they were able to pull together. And in the hands of JW, as you were saying, like him, He led his team 32 kills in their game versus Very Games a little bit earlier on, and his op play was phenomenal. He was always in the right position, and he was seeming to play like he was motivated, like he was on this high, that he was feeling like every shot felt good. He was moving in and out of sights really well. And right now, I want to see, can Kerrigan match up to that? And you brought a very good point. Like the faculty we saw earlier, is that the end faculty that we come to expect? And no, I mean, Anders and I were wondering when they were down 0-8 in the first half, saying, where is faculty? Why have they not shown up yet? And they finally started to show a little bit of spark as the game went on. They started to really hone in, pick up a couple of rounds. But right now, up against Fnatic on Inferno, it's going to be a whole new beast for him.
Okay, now let's also take this into account, because when unknown entities, let's just say, as we can class end faculty, at the moment, on this map, especially, they can cause trouble towards Fnatic, because let's look back. Party Daddlers, now Mouse Sports, it was on this map, it went into so many overtimes, ending in 26-23. Things can go wrong for Fnatic on this map. Even if they took Very Games to that incredible point like they did, it's not impossible for the opposition of faculty to be able to do this as well.
See, that's what I love about Europe right now with this CS scene. Nothing is like guaranteed to happen. Anyone at any time can step up and win games. We saw Very Games doing so well in the Star Series. Being a Asana Dragons twice right there. NIP, when they're on form, they are ridiculous. But right now, which team's going to step up? And faculty, they're one loss behind. They're coming into this a little bit down on themselves. Fnatic, you can look at it both ways. They can be sad that they lost that game, and if they lose this one, they're out of the finals overall. Or they can come into it like, we had a solid game on Inferno. We had a game to relax, had a game to prepare, and we're going to come into this one trying to topple faculty.
Yeah, and as we are going into the knife round, let's bear in mind, as Get Right put it, and most did, I think last time I was speaking to Flaren about it in the previous Raid Call finals, that this map, it's not really down to that side bias. Joe even pointed to it, it's all about preference here. If the team's strong on one side, they'll feel comfortable, they want to get that under their belt, or maybe it goes the other way and they'll be happy with the results they get. Right now, it does look as though Fnatic are having the edge, as Schneider did pick up Spitfire there, so unless Glaive can do something wonderful, they will have the choice, and he might to be in this situation. He's in a 1v1 now, so can Glaive get the ace for the pick of the side? That's what it'll come down to. Ooh, and he does! Glaive actually getting the ace there in the first round. So, faculty get the choice of side. I think we're going to be seeing them on the CT half. I don't think you'll disagree with that.
Definitely not. I mean, they got it as well in their game prior. And yet, unfortunately for them, they chose the CT side and didn't really have a good time there. But Pansy, before we fully get underway, are you still like kind of half and half, or are you still like for sure Fnatic?
I'm going to see how this T-side goes, because let's remember how harsh Fnatic had it on the T-side before against Very Games. If they get into that same mindset, if, faculty really wear them down early on, I don't know, maybe they won't be able to build themselves back into this. Maybe they'll underestimate them enough. It's all going to come down to the choices they make, and what a surprise, they will be staying on CT. No real, there's no shocker there, really, is it?
I think also the pistol round comes really into effect. I mean, we're talking with Anders upstairs, and he was saying, in the games prior, if Team X picks up this pistol round, they have a very good chance of closing it down. And on Inferno, you want to pick up as many rounds as possible on that T side, so that pistol could be exactly what you need. Guaranteed 3.
Yeah, but let's also bear in mind that, Very Games turned that earlier pistol very quickly. And it was on this map, and it was against one of these teams. So it's going to be hard to kind of, write that off or, completely take it into account, because I am seeing a lot of teams turning those pistol rounds, not only, in the third round where it can kind of happen if they go for the investment, it can happen prior to that, as Very Games did. So pistol rounds, get that confidence, get that momentum, but, it's not going to be the easy walk in the park, even if they pick that up.
All right, well, we're getting underway in just a few seconds here as the clock does count down. We're going into pretty much the last chance for both these teams to stay in this final series. And right now, the
are focused up and ready to go, as we know, and faculty will be on that CT side. T side will be Fnatic. So, first of all, we are seeing a little bit of a slower start from Fnatic, not going for their all-ins, not going crazy. Taking their time right down the bottom of mid there. Devilwalk and JW being fairly pushed up, but still playing cautiously. JW is pushing forward, trying to challenge down Glaive, but it's RDL who's going to be trying to sit in that big pit there, just spam it out towards quad. not allow anyone through too easily, but look at the player who's pushed through. Glaive could be in trouble just a couple of steps away. T-players are infiltrating the CT side. Pronax now trying to lay down the fire. T-players making their way across. Schneider and Modi make it JW as well, cracking open aim faculty. And well, at the moment, it looks like Fnatic's going to be picking this one up with that bomb planted as well. This is not a good sign for Karrigan and RDL, who are well and truly out of position. RDL's in the CT spawn, and I believe it's Karrigan down the end of Banana. He is indeed. Now he's got two players focused him down. He's taken out Devil Walk, but he's still got at least one more in his way. Now RDL challenging, not going to get the easy kill though. Schneider's found Karrigan, so it's just RDL standing in a 1v3. Fnatic, they claim the first pistol. Let's see if they can keep it together this time.
And that Mr. They sending two members over there to really distract them. Then they just swooped it around over to B, caught them off guard, got those two members down, and completely locked down that site. Was really well done because you mentioned at the beginning of the round, Fnatic being a lot slower this time, where against Very Games they were really quick to make the round happen, really quick to try to execute anything. But this time, with that first round under their belt, going to be buying up here just a little bit, and we do see a lot of P250s over on Faculty's side. We're going to maybe take this one here, as we do hear a lot of damage going down as Glaive down to 22, Schneider down to 25 as well, and we've seen time and time again, if you could just get that one gun on an eco round, how you could really, really start to turn it around. And right now, we actually have 4 members of Faculty sitting at this A site. Karrigan all by himself in B. And as you can tell, Fnatic, they don't know this just yet. But they have like a 50-50 choice here. Do we go B, not knowing there's one guy there, or do we try to go A? And with Schneider already low on health, he's going to have to sit back, or if he loses that gun, it's going to be very dangerous. And right now, they're pushing up towards Archway, smoking off Boiler Room. Double Walk does make their presence known, though, with that shot. But Karrigan still sitting tight in that B site. So here Flash is coming in. This is the real challenge. Can Faculty hold on to this? Can they turn this eco round around? And the nade coming in, some good damage coming right there, as we do picking up 2 kills, and we talked about him being that crucial member in the game versus Very Games earlier. He's coming up big yet again as Pronax finally picks one up for himself here, but now looking very low on health as Schneider gets the kill on the RDL. We do have Karrigan rotating in from middle here, but Fnatic, with these 4 members alive, with these guns, they should be able to hold on to it. Karrigan going to be coming towards Boiler side right now. Pronax sitting very tight in pit. It looks like they're just going to go for a couple of exit kills here. Neither of them actually has a kit. And JW just trying to get that shot on Pronax, as we do see Karrigan finally go down. JW picks up the kill on the Pronax, and Fnatic survived this round, which is really close with only one. Well,
let's bear in mind that was a massive stack from Faculty, and they just could make no impact. Fnatic moved as a complete pack then. It was just, you can't take them all down with just pistols, and we are seeing another pistol round come out from Faculty, not going on any early investments, not really made too much of a dent in the Fnatic side, so you can kind of understand as to why another massive stack coming out, though. This time it's B they're focused towards. Flusher could be on the receiving end of that if he's not careful. Gonna nade up. Flash is coming out as well. Nade not catching anyone, but those bullets will. He's taken down RDL, but Pronax takes a stand. Finally, Faculty holding them in place. This could force a bit of adaptation to come out from the T side now, as they're not having the easy route. Quickly, Faculty are rotating back as well. And we are seeing Fnatic doing just the same thing. Karrigan was the man left towards his site, but Pronax is already joining him there. And you can see the likes Double Walk edging towards the site, and JW's ripping them apart. Modi as well. This is Fnatic doing well for themselves, and no matter where it seems Faculty want to stack the sites, they just can't get the kills. And now just Spitfire stands, and well, I'd love to see him do well here, but I think he's just going to try and get a weapon, maybe get a couple on the way out, and do some sort of damage, because at the moment Fnatic are just so clinical and not losing players. They're getting the bomb down every time. They're not making risky choices. They saw that stack by B, and they went, okay, sod it, let's get our running shoes on, get the rotate there, and let's be quick about it. And it took confident play, but we are seeing Spitfire trying to find a couple, but well, there, but still it's not going to go well for him. Bomb is down, and I don't know if he's going to survive that one. No, he won't. So it is Fnatic picking up another 3-0 now, and Fnatic are building, but this is what we need to see now. Faculty have to turn this.
Yes, they do. I mean, this first gun round is going to be crucial for him. And I just want to point out something during that last round, is that Karrigan, he was sitting in pit for pretty much the entire time, and no one looked at him when he came in, but JW, who just turned around, is like, you know what, I'm going to check pit, I'm going to make sure we clear this side out. Picks up the kill on him, because right now, if you think about it, if that went a little bit differently, Karrigan might have been able to... Fnatic up 3-0 here. So you see full AKs on the Fnatic lineup. And we do see Kerrigan with the AWP, which I think might become a real good factor for Faculty. If he can start to get going, start to pick up a couple of kills. He's going to be watching this boiler room here. Fnatic playing very calm, very slow right now. As we do hear quite a few smokes come down. Kerrigan hasn't spotted anyone just yet, but I think they're going to hit this boiler side. You do see Glaive on the other side of middle as we do actually split here. Kerrigan misses the shot, but Glaive, he picks up one, looking for second. He gets shut down, and now RDL, it's all in the hands of him. He picks up the kill on a Devil Walk. He's trying to hold on to this site by himself as the rest of his team rotates, but Schneider gets the kill into him. Bomb will be going down shortly, but Spitfire and Pronax, can you take these 3 members down? They are very low in health right now, and this is going to determine how the rest of this game kind of goes. And of course, Fnatic just holding tight, not really pushing out, not trying to give them any sort of opportunity in this round. So JW pick up the kill, and Madi closes it out. And Fnatic now up 4-0 here in this half.
Yeah, really nice execution then from Fnatic, not messing around at all, keeping those 3 members alive no matter what, and 4-0. That's a bit daunting for Faculty, bearing in mind they're on their side choice, and that was the first round they really could have made an impact, so they've got to start building now. Honestly, they only got the pistols at the moment beside them, but still, the stacks haven't been working out. I don't know what they can really do. Even if that's, you know, the one option they had and it's not paying off, they're going to have to start trying something else, and at the moment it seems like they want to try and go aggressive down Banana, and Devil Walk's just swatting them back one at a time. Spitfire's fallen, Schneider has taken down Pronax, JW onto Kerrigan, and only Glaive to reply so far. So, 4v1, and I can imagine it's not going to be 4v1 for long as Glaive is left with only 28 HP. And there we go, Devil Walk will put him out of his misery, but still, taking 2 players down, better than the last couple of rounds with the pistol, but still, Fnatic are building confidence here.
Yeah, I mean, it helped out a little bit in those 2, but just like you said, the confidence, the momentum that you build up. We saw Copenhagen Wolves go 8-0 a little bit early on against Faculty here in Fnatic. If they keep this up, you know, if they get 2-3 more rounds under their belt, I don't even think they need that much. They could close us out on that CT side. But in fact, they have to come out big, and I think it's still in the hands of this man right here. But currently, Fnatic is doing such a great job of shutting him down. And it looks like with these 4 members over at B, they want to hit there, and Madi gonna play the floater right now, trying to pick up anyone rotating from Faculty as he gets taken down by Glaive. So good job by them. They know that this A site's probably going to not be the one that's hit. Schneider going to be pushing up first by himself with the rest of the team coming in from the back. So you do see Pronax pick up a kill, Spitfire as well. And then Faculty say, no, you do not pass. Shut them down at that B site and finally pick up that first round they need.
Beautiful, beautiful crossfire set then. And I was really I was waiting to point out this stat. It was 8-0 for JW, but that's really ruined it, hasn't it? But still, Faculty getting one on the board finally. But that was so well done as well, not losing a single member. What a bit of, you know, complete disparity between rounds at the moment. We are going to be seeing the likes of Kerrigan once again doing what he does best, just peering down with that orb, hoping to catch someone out, making their way across from second mid. Not much to be found just yet. See a couple of nades going. Just weighing it out. We've seen him being more than capable of landing shots like this. As can JW though, who also is running with that orb. So, bit of an all-round split so far for Fnatic, not overly committing anywhere just yet. We saw how badly that went when they went for an all-in by B, and Spitfire and Pronax just dominated them, but still. 1 minute and 5 left on that board. Smoke gonna go down. Flusher just spamming away. No real connection so far though. Everyone retaining that 4 HP, excluding Snyder, 3 HP minus, but still, I don't think that's going to really worry him too much right now. Bomb has made its way towards that B site, so they could be indicative of a bit of a hit here. That flash and smoke going over, definitely showing it. And Pronax just weighing it out. No members rotating from A just yet. They might be getting the call soon because here come the flashes, here come the smokes, and here comes Fnatic, but it's Pronax finding Modi. Pronax finding Schneider. That's 2 in a row for him. Can he make it 3? Yes, he can. That's a hat-trick. And Fnatic still trying to sneakily get that bomb down. Somehow have managed it. But right now, Pronax is still feeling hungry. That's 4. Can he make it 5? Devil Walk standing in his way. He takes down Pronax, but still a clean round for Faculty there, locking them down. And I think even Pronax would be happy with that.
Oh yeah, 4 kills in that round right there. Phenomenal job by them. And I think that might be a sign for Fnatic to stop hitting that B site because they keep getting shut down currently. And I wanted to point out one thing in that round was the fact that Fnatic didn't smoke middle, didn't smoke out Kerrigan for the first time of this game. And I think that was kind of a tell for him to realize maybe JW is actually opting from there. Maybe I need to play it a little bit careful. And because of that, you know, JW didn't pick up anything, even though it looked like he wanted to contest middle. But either way, Fnatic going to be able to buy up again. Kerrigan with this lightning strike up and looking towards getting smoked out yet again. Okay, so let's see how Fnatic work off of this, as they do have no one contesting B. They just smoked it out and are going for a 5-man push on this A side. Here come the flashes, and let's see if in fact he can hold on to this, as we see Glaive, RDL, and Kerrigan trying to do this themselves. Kerrigan picks up one, but JW, fantastic shot, was able to pick that one up, and RDL responds with the kill on the Devil Walk. But right now, with everyone rotating from Faculty towards this A site, Fnatic is stuck over towards Archways. And Pronax going to be coming into Library, going to be looking for a couple of kills here. He did so well last round, looking for one, gets them. And he spotted the last two members of Fnatic, so the rest of the team gonna know they're there. And Pronax gonna play it safe. Not gonna get too cocky here. He knows how crucial and how critical every single round is at this point. JW does have that op in hand. He's looking for a pick over in towards Pit, but doesn't find anything, as we do see Spitfire take the head off of Schneider right here. And JW, last man standing, goes down. Great shot by Spitfire. And now, Faculty, they have some momentum. They have some steam.
Yeah, and I'm loving the way they're controlling that aggressive and passive play. They're knowing exactly when to, you know, stop peeking, lock down the cross, lock down the angle, and, you know, it's just been absolutely beautiful. Watch Pronax and Spitfire got into places then as well, rotating around correctly, not just running in through CT Arch, you know, taking their time, using Library, and we're going to see if then Kerrigan can actually get into this game now. Once again, no one challenging down mid. They're really not allowing him into this game at all, so it's going to be on to the likes of Spitfire and Pronax to control it if they do decide to hit that B site, which we know these two can really handle right now. Fnatic lining themselves up. Nade does go off, catches JW a fair bit, but outside of that, Fnatic remain fairly healthy, but they only have pistols. So they're just going to go for a bit of an all-in right now. That Nade is going to be smashing them down. Spitfire mopping the floor with them, and it's what we'd expect. And Faculty locking it down, not losing a single player, and barely any health.
That grenade that came in was amazing. Knocked them all so low. And you see their faces right now. It's kind of like relief and excitement. It's like, finally, we were able to get some rounds here. We're starting to push it in. We're trying to go for it. And if they can pick up the rest of these, and they can feel a little bit confident on that terrace side, I think they might be able to topple Fnatic here. But still, that's a long ways ahead of us. And Fnatic was on an eco last time. You'll be buying up here and looking to take a round back. Here, and him and Spitfire have done such a great job of shutting this site down. That's really making Fnatic think twice about going there. And we do have Glaive just waiting for someone on Fnatic to just jump in this window and give them that man advantage. Right now, Fnatic's still playing it very slow. Alright, here come the smokes. Minute remaining. They're going to be going in for the site here. Kerrigan, he falls back into it, waiting for them to come in, as the bomb actually is heading B, so they're going to go for a 3-2 split over towards the site. But RDL, he's shutting them down, picks up 2 kills, looking for the final one onto Flusha to get that hat trick. He does. He stops the push, and now it's all in the hands of Spitfire. Can he hold on 1v2 here, as the rest of his team does come to back him up? As RDL going to peek here, already has 3 kills. Can he make it 4? Madi's going to be the one to kill him or to die to him. Yes, RDL gonna get flashed, but he actually doesn't get the kill just yet, but comes back up, gets the kill, and now RDL looking for the last one, looking for the ace. Devil Walk maybe trying to deny it here for him. And they're still, just like you said, balancing between aggressive play and calm play. This Devil Walk does finally get in a sight here. Gonna be looking towards construction, but won't see anyone just yet. And takes down RDL, so he stops the ace from happening, but he has 3 more members to take down currently. Did take it down from the back though from Prathana. And Faculty winning 5 straight.
Yeah, this is what we needed to see, especially if any of you guys are in Faculty fans. I do want to try and tune into them. So let's see if we can actually hear from the guys themselves via raid call here to see exactly what the mood's like in the base camp. So let's see if we can tune in and give them a second.
Yeah. What? Jag nej, det är början. Ja, jag med.
Yeah, shit, boys. Up the street.
Where's Sammy?
In the street.
Nice.
And he'll be backing away now, doing his job, and he's not been having an easy bit of work with that one there. He's been struggling, as Fnatic have really been locking him out of being able to use that. But this time, paying off, and they're clearly enjoying that factor. So, 5-5, 11th round, currently, and Faculty have the advantage of one player. So, Devilwalk also damaged up. You can see that the T side are looking towards A still. Devilwalk, JW, Moddy, and Flusher all present. It will be Glaive to receive if they do decide to hit this one up. Carrigan as well, still standing with RDL in tow. With 49 seconds left, the clock is working against them. Now they have actually started to edge through the apartment section. They have got themselves towards A, so it's going to be those smokes and flashes to signify go time, and I think it's just about now. But look at that Molotov coming right into the feet of JW. That's going to cause a bit of a problem now as the team is a little bit distracted, let's just say, but the push happening anyway. JW edging in, 10 HP left. Carrigan fighting one. Glaive onto Moddy. It's just JW in a 1v5, and then Faculty have just smashed them to pieces. Beautiful play from the guys there.
And just look at how happy they are. They've been able to turn this around. The momentum is in their hands. And they have to feel so relieved after losing those first 5 rounds straight. And just like you said, that man, Carrigan, so pleased with those shots he's been able to pull off finally here. And Fnatic, they're getting punished for not smoking him out anymore. And right now, Fnatic going to be on the eco. Assume this will be a very quick round. Obviously, they always have that opportunity to turn it back around. Carrigan knows they're on the eco, checking out middle. Not going to see anyone just yet. I swear, those chickens, they scare me sometimes. Just like a random squawk, but here we go. Push coming in on B. Spitfire ready for him. Gonna throw out the flash. He's gonna get tagged up just a little bit, as he's still getting taken on quite Pronax before he kills everyone else on the other team, as he kills 2 right there. As Flusher cleans that one up, but Carrigan coming in. Last man standing is Monty, but he's not going to be there for long. And N Faculty now going 7 straight here in this first half.
Pronax was like a turret then. That was unbelievable. It was just like spinning around on the spot. But wow. I cannot believe this. N Faculty 7-5 at the moment. Yes, they're on the CT side, but bearing in mind how confident Fnatic were at the start, this is an upset within itself. If N Faculty keep building like this could be a really tough time for Fnatic on the other side, but let's wait and see right now because they are still looking towards that B side. It will be Carrigan actually adapting over here, so this could spell trouble. Doesn't land the first shot, surprisingly. Gonna back away, readjust, allow Spitfire to receive the initial onslaught, but Devilwalk pushing through, picks up 2. That is the easy opening there for Fnatic. He's been doing that time and time again. Very games even felt that pressure. And this time it's working against them. Faculty, Pronax, Glaive, RDL to try and take this one back. Bomb down and ticking. One man split off towards Banana. The rest very much towards the ruined section here. Flusher just trying to create that crossfire down there. Does peer out, but it's Schneider's peer up. Pronax, Schneider comes in onto Glaive as well. Just RDL stands and JW turns up again and takes him down. But that was a well-needed round for Fnatic. They haven't had one of those in a while.
And Devilwalk, I mean, you called it right there. Rushing and getting those first 2 kills. Great shots out of him. He's currently 9 and 10 for his team. Second in kills for him, as JW has 11 and 7. And
JW best.
and he was 8 and 0 at some point in this, and that shows how well N Faculty's been able to shut him down. But now, with that round finally going over to Fnatic, shuts that 7-round streak down. And N Faculty, they had the economy to sustain these last 2 rounds. You see JW get the head taken off of Glaive. That is exactly what they needed. And a little bit of information for you. Fnatic wins 75.78% of the rounds. They get the first kill on Inferno, so that is a very good sign for them. But they still have 4 very strong members of the Faculty trying to stop him here. And we've seen Spitfire time and time again clean up so many kills here with that crossfire from Pronax. But Fnatic starting to move up here, but that's just JW. The rest of the team backing away towards the middle. It looks like they want to swing it to A here. And Spitfire, I think he knows something's up as he's pushing up very aggressive. And you can see on that minimap, Fnatic, 3 members there just waiting to push into this. But right now, Pronax, he's come back. He's rotated back from that A site. His and Spitfire's crossfire has been able to shut this site down so many times for Fnatic, but they have been spotted. Flash is coming in. You see Pronax spraying through that ward there. Get some good damage. Look at the HP bars of Fnatic here. They're going to go for the commit here. Spitfire gets one. Pronax gets another. Spitfire yet again. A 2nd kill for him. 3rd in the round overall for N Faculty. And you see the rest of Fnatic, they start backing away. They're going to say this AWP and this AK. And once again, the teamwork of Spitfire and Pronax paying off dividends for N Faculty.
Absolutely beautiful crossfire being set up, working that time down. No chance for Fnatic. JW obviously want to keep in that AWP, but wants to keep that AWP as best he can. Moddy as well, playing it safe. But N Faculty, my word. The way they are playing right now, I can't wait to see the heat map stats there of just how it looks on B, because the they've been doing is absolutely incredible. So, last round of the first half here. Now, let's bear in mind, one of these two teams will be going home after this game. It's so hard to conceive that someone so talented as Fnatic or in Faculty will actually be leaving us this early on, but it all comes down to the final couple of rounds, and he gets a real advantage here, so let's find out. Karrigan backing off, not fancying going for the early peak this time. I think he might be right to be doing so. You can see those nades are coming through. Get out that flash, drop one down. Spitfire did receive a tag, but we caught a glimpse in. That's a pixel. That's surely going to allow him a little bit of a notion as to where Fnatic are liking to push. Smoke will be placed. That should keep the JW and co at bay for now, which it does. But Modi still pushed fairly far forward in A, still behind the apartments. Not going to commit, however. They're being careful here. Going to reevaluate, get those smokes out, get those flashes going, and try and get this one on the board. 8-7 would not be a bad half. Karrigan still locking down that cross, playing a little bit more passively this time, allowing Glaive to be the point man here, and I think he might be the one to really be on the receiving end. He's stayed in perfectly, he's got one, he's looking for the second, he's got the second! Can he get the hat-trick? It's still Modi there, Modi is still laying in wait, steps away, but the rest of the side, they're pushing towards B right now. Spitfire's going to be receiving, he's taken down one play with the bomb, but Flusher denies, and the bomb still continues to make its way towards that B site. 31 seconds left on the board, Fnatic still have a chance here, bomb is down. But can Modi get over to the side to help out Flusher in time? 3 players now encroaching towards the B side to retake this one. Modi watching the cross, playing carefully, cautiously. He doesn't want to give anything away. He wants to desperately get this round on the board. Catches the glimpse by Coils, Pronax denies, and now just Flusher stands. And then Faculty claim the round they so badly wanted there.
That was such a great retake by Faculty as well. I mean, they obviously had the man advantage, but to be able to get in there so cleanly was so well done. But still, 96 score. I think Fnatic's happy with that. I mean, obviously, they went 5-0 in the beginning, and they're maybe not happy since they lost that momentum, but that is a good score to us.
It's certainly a good score, considering how this is a CT bias map, but then you've got to bear Fnatic. We know they can build themselves back up even after a bit of a loss, even after a bit of a round deficit. They are more than able of doing so, so it's all about that for me now, to see if just adjusting there, trying to make sure everything's okay.
Let's just give you a little recap of the scores at the end of that first half. Pronax, 19-8 for Faculty.
Wow.
Ridiculous score. Spitfire, 13-8. That just shows how well they worked at B.
You can see the little cheeky grin on the face, can't you? That says enough, doesn't it? They've got smiling faces. It's a rarity. So clearly high spirits among the N Faculty guys. They're feeling pretty confident, I can imagine, and I wouldn't blame them. They've forced the likes of Fnatic to go have a team talk. They're outside right now, just talking it through. Khan, voice of wisdom, coming out and trying to talk these guys into the right mentality, and the likes of Modi there as well. 2 very experienced heads, just kind of going through things, making sure they're ready for that second half.
You know, it's really interesting to see how both these teams take this break. You know, in Faculty, they're being lighthearted, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're joking around. But Fnatic, who had 6 rounds on Inferno, are looking so serious. I think they realize, what's at stake here. We could be out of the finals, and they want to be able to lock down as many rounds as possible here on this counter-terrorist side. And you saw their match against Very Games where took it into overtime. They had the ability to talk after that first half and really come together as a team. And even though they lost that one, they still looked very strong on that map. And right now, they need to start pulling some rounds back. They need to really close this one out if they want to keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, of course. But let's bear in mind, then last time they did that tour, they managed to pull Very Games into overtime. Whatever they discuss seems to really rather work. So I'm not going to judge them just yet. You can see a couple of players leaning over, giving them a little bit of luck, pat on the back, see if they can do any better. But I don't know who I'm supporting this one. I know I'm not meant to be biased, but it's so hard to imagine that one of these two teams won't be joining us for the rest of the games. And the way Fnatic are playing, I want to see them turn up on the second half now.
See, I'm kind of the opposite of that right now. Like, I like a good underdog story. And, I mean, yeah, it's really hard to get rounds on the terrorist side, but to see on Faculty how they got destroyed in their first map on season against the Copenhagen Wolves to, come back here, have to take so many rounds to close, have to take 7 pretty much here. I don't know, I want to see them go all the way. And it is, just like you said, it's really hard to realize one of these teams won't be here. And when we have 8 phenomenal teams like this in the finals, any of them going is a big loss.
It really, really is. So, I want your prediction then. Who do you think is going to walk away with the kind of better scoreline, let's just say, of the second half?
I think this is going to go with Faculty winning the pistol round,
right?
Winning the next 2, I think they might win 1 or 2 after that, but I think from there, Fnatic is just going to clean up. And then the thing is, I'm rooting for Faculty, but I think Fnatic are going to be able to lock this one down. Yourself?
Alrighty. I pretty much agree with you. It's very hard to vote against anyone on the T side to not pick up a pistol,
right?
Considering the bias of that is absolutely ridiculous. I think we have the stats from just the Raid Call tournament itself. On Inferno, you have a 63% chance of picking up the pistol on the T side. So, in theory, they should. But if they don't, you can imagine the confidence boost that'll give to Fnatic. That would be huge. That would be momentum just instantly with them. They're just talking it through right now. And Faculty seem really in good spirits, to be fair. They really are having a good time. You can see it across their faces. I'm kind of curious as to what they've been discussing during that half, and I'm sure we'll be joining them back in on Raid Call as soon as we get back into this one. So I'd love to see how they take that first round if suddenly it's gone from jovial to completely deadpan serious, which I can imagine it will. As soon as that little clock starts ticking down, it stops being such a joke anymore. It becomes that very, very serious moment of, right, guys, we need to keep this up. We need to start building ourselves up here. And, well, they certainly deserve it after a bit of a spanking they had in the last game.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and like I kind of admire it, but I also admire the way Fnatic, they're really serious about this and they want to be able to lock this one down, and just see them so lighthearted in Faculty. It's kind of nice at the same time, just to realize they're lighthearted, they're in good spirits, and I mean yeah, they haven't done amazing so far. They're looking to pick this one up and stay alive.
I do like the random shot of women as well. I'm just going to put that one out there. It's like, in Faculty, women. Back to Fnatic. Gotta love it. Anyway, I think they are just about ready. I know you're not going to say anything, but I'll put myself out there. It's fine. I'm good. But anyway, I think we are almost ready to get back underway in this one. These guys have sorted everything out. The team chats have happened. Fnatic clearly having the voice of wisdom in the back of their minds now. You can see Khan still keeping a watchful eye over the boys there as we are going live into the second half here to get this one underway. Currently, and Faculty still with a 9-6 advantage. And let's see if they can keep hold of that.
I kind of want to take it too late now as Flusha picks up the first kill on the Pronax, and they are being so aggressive. They are rushing that middle. They smoked up Banana. They want to take control of this map right off the bat. And in Faculty, they are pushing up towards that A site. They have 4 members currently in alt mid. And I wanted to take a listen in on Fnatic just to hear, in case they did pick up this round or did lose it, to hear if they're happy or sad about it. And let's go ahead and do that real quick, just for a little bit, just to hear the reactions throughout this round.
Nej, Lufa borde stå speedway. Jag är hela ute. Jag står speedway. Jag finns snabb inför.
Var beredda, boys.
Grenades, Lufa?
Nej.
Okej, en banan.
Jag ruttar.
Jag backar in nu.
Ja.
Jag sätter mig trailer då. Kan du komma pottis, för du blir bara smoka.
Kom igen boys, var beredda nu, de kommer snart. Nu kommer de boys, var beredda. Upp mitten.
Smoke lång, jag släpper lång.
Ut.
Nice, jag backar. Jag ska nice.
Båda.
Var är båda?
Han är side-skadad. Han plantar typ jättelådan, mittlådan, bakom mittlådan pelaren. Sälj den!
And you can hear right there how much that round meant to them. That should even up the score at 9-9 in the second half. And you could tell, like, they were really calm. They were calling things out, trying to make sure.
The comms were so spot on. They didn't go over each other. It was literally, 1-2 words, so clinical about it. And then the eruption at the end was just insane. They clearly needed that one. That confidence is once again sky high. And that aggressive push at the start.
Yeah, it caught them off guard.
Really did. So in Faculty now have to build themselves back into this. Even though they currently have the lead, Fnatic should pick up the next 2 rounds. But we're going to have to wait and see. They really have bucked the trend of what we normally see, especially pistol-wise here. So it's JW waiting it out. Devilwalk, however, down by Banana, spraying down towards Karrigan. Did get the connection he wanted. He's going to continue pushing, actually. He's not holding back for a second. These guys are going so aggressive right now. JW's found 2, and Glaive decides to help him out by taking down Karrigan, as Devilwalk did manage to take down Glaive eventually, now just leaving RDL alive. And Schneider will make light work of him. So Fnatic doing what they do best, getting those consecutive rounds.
Yeah, and we just saw how well they did picking up those 5 straight. The momentum, when they get it, they run with it. They don't, drop the beat at all. They're so aggressive, and they keep that up. And right now, in Faculty, obviously up 1 round still. They have a lot of work ahead of them, though, on this terrorist side. And as you can see, do get a first kill on a Schneider here, but I don't believe they're going to be able to get that gun just yet. They do get quite a few dinks down. They do pick up 2 kills, but maybe they can pick up a couple more. Glaive's at 2 HP. Spitfire sitting at about 13 HP. And Glaive does pick up that kill on a double walk, so even though Fnatic had guns, and Faculty almost coming back, but Madi right there saving it for him. And now, Lauren, we are tied up 9-9.
Losing 3 players then for Fnatic, that must have been nerve-wracking. And Faculty doing what they do best, and as we now see, they do have those guns, making it a little bit harder work here. Fnatic now have to focus back up. It is 9-9. Flusher's running the AWP, so that could be an interesting one to watch. Carrigan as well. So we're going to have to see that one evolving as we go. Flusher going for that quick peek down towards mid, just catching a glimpse of the opposition, not getting the connection he wanted, but that nade will take Pronax down to 71 HP. So aggressive push from Devilwalk could catch a couple of players out if they do not check the corner. Imagine they will. Surely they will now. Giving it away. A touch is going to go and challenge. Modi comes in, tries to save his teammate, but Carrigan shuts him down, and that is the B site open and ready for the taking. Flusher swiftly rotates through, but I think it's just a little bit too late right now because that bomb is down and ticking. And Faculty have the setup that they wanted, and Fnatic are really locked out of this one with 3 players remaining. They're going to have to fight their way back through here. Glaive, Carrigan, Spitfire, RDL, all in their way. They are focusing their way through the construction site, excuse me. Now, clock against them. They don't have a great deal of time to do this. And look at the crossfires here. You can see everyone's eyes just watching that perfect angle. And no one's getting an easy route through here. JW is peering towards the site. He has found RDL there. Flusher coming through and Schneider, but there's no time for this. They're just trying to get the kills in the bag. Bomb is going to go. So, End Faculty, lovely take towards that B side, then clinical entrance. But that retake was a bit dangerous coming in from Fnatic, but they just didn't find the players they wanted at that time. So they just called it down, got a couple exits, and did what they could. But End Faculty back in the lead.
Yeah, and to pick up the first gun round on that terrace side for Inferno, very well done. And hopefully for them, they can be able to pick up the next kind of few here. And Carrigan has another op here, and Flusher had it last time over on Fnatic's side, but Carrigan trying to challenge him here, but not really going to spot anyone just yet. And on Faculty, I'm trying to think, what's the site they really want to hit? And on the CT side, they held B down so well with Spitfire and Pronax. Maybe they're thinking, we know how to counter those positions, or maybe this A site's more favorable, but as you can see, we'll be working towards B yet again. And they are baiting out these smokes quite well. And they're going in. Actually, Pronax leading the charge here with that bomb in hand. It's taken down by Doublewalk, and Spitfire trying to come in, trying to pick something up, but Madi gets one. And now Glaive, it's up to him to pick up someone. No, he gets shut down as well by Doublewalk. And now Carrigan with that up, and RDL with the AK trying to push in, and Madi gets another. Carrigan looking for the shot, but unfortunately misses that first one, and he gets taken down. And Fnatic clinically pick apart End Faculty right there.
Yeah, they look pretty good about that one. Carrigan getting pumped up. Just about everyone is you know, depending on these guys to step up when it matters, and Carrigan then just couldn't land that shot. It was so unfortunate. Tiny amount away, but it's JW now with that AWP, so I'm looking to see what this man can do. But let's keep in mind, let's retract here. 10-10. These guys are going toe-for-toe. This is a CT bias map, and End Faculty are keeping up now. They lost the pistol as well, so these guys really are working for this one. They're not going to allow Fnatic an easy way through at all. And let's see who's going to break the silence here. JW still watching down that banana section. Could be able to find a couple of members in Faculty. They are just on the pistol right now. He's already taken the leave. Can he find any more? Close quarters combat coming in just a second. Oh, he could be in trouble. Carrigan punishes him for that one. Gonna pick himself up. Oh no, he won't be able to get the AWP. Modi's immediately there, picking up the mantle, denying Carrigan any chance of carrying that one through. So now just Pronax, Spitfire, make it just Spitfire, make it just RDL, because Devilwalk is going crazy. He's not allowing these guys a step towards the site. Fnatic picking back up that lead. Now, well, in Faculty's body's flying everywhere. It's 10-11, and Fnatic looking like they want to keep this up.
And in Faculty, if they can't pull this round out, if they do buy up here, which they're still kind of sitting on all this money currently, it looks like they will eco one more. I was going to say, if they buy up here and lose this round, Fnatic will most likely have the next two, so that means they'd be up 13-10, and that's not really a position you want to be in here. But in Faculty, all 5 members moving towards Banana, but look at Fnatic. They just close in on them from every single angle. And right now, JW picks up a kill, but RDL gets a kill on a Flusher. They get another kill on JW. They have the B side open. They're going to get the bomb down. They have 2 guns in hand, the AWP and Glaive, and Pronax with the M4. But can they hold on to this? Can they get the bomb down and lock down this round? And right now, Schneider comes in, gets a kill on the Glaive. Bomb still hasn't gone down just yet, but we still see End Faculty with 2 members having guns here. You do see Doublewalk coming in from CT spawn. Bomb still hasn't gone down just yet. But Fnatic, they have vision of it. Kerrigan, fortunately missing that shot on a double walk right there. He'll miss once, but I don't think he's going to miss a second time here if double walk does peak. And the rest of Fnatic being very calm right now, not pushing in, waiting out the clock. And Faculty's just looking for that one pick. That one opportunity to really take this round into hand. And remember, this was an eco round. Kerrigan gets the bomb, misses the shot though. Schneider comes in, gets the kill on him, and now it's on the hands of Pronax and RDL's. Pronax picks up a kill on a double walk here, so now it's a 2-on-2. Schneider down very low at 11 HP. Pronax trying to get the kill here as RDL to pick up someone as well, and he's actually getting rushed down, but he gets the kill on the Mahdi. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation, 20 seconds remaining, and they know where Schneider is, and they get the round, an eco round out of Faculty to even the score back up.
If there was any time for Faculty to do it, that was it right there. They have just gone absolutely huge, and they are not allowing Fnatic an easy way through here. They are fighting for every single step they take, and I cannot believe this game right now. Pronax 22-14, Spitfire 14-14, and I can't deny JW 20-11, but let's not miss a second here because action is not stopping. Deep smokes coming out from the CT side, trying to hold these guys back as much as possible. You can see that they're trying to lock it down. Thank you very much, Steel, giving us a lovely little display there. And we are seeing Glaive and Pronax keeping eyes across. Karrigan looking towards the apartments in case anyone goes peeking. Not going to get anything this time. Everyone retaining full HP, apart from Glaive, who's lost 1 HP so far. But so far, it's Faculty looking like they want to hit that B site. 3 players present. Pronax is edging forward. Not been met with any resistance just yet, but Karrigan locking down the push, takes down Modi. That's alleviated some pressure. They know Devil Walk's here. They might know Flush is here now if that flash comes through. And Faculty working this one out slowly but surely. Fnatic a little bit on the back foot here. -1 player, especially when it's Modi, who's been so pivotal. But look at that. Flashes, smokes, nades being lined up. B is the side they want to be hitting. Going in backwards, Pronax looking to find Devil. Now he knows he's on this side somewhere. He has got his eyes trained towards every single possible corner, but he didn't. Karrigan goes in. Can he get the frag he needs so desperately? No! Devil took down Spitfire in the meantime, but finally Glaive does the damage, but flushes there through the smoke. And now 3v2. It's not so easy, is it, this time around, as JW trying to throw everything he can towards Faculty, and those bullets will be connecting, giving at least Fnatic another chance now.
That would have been so dangerous if Fnatic lost that round. They would have been on the eco. That would have given Faculty the lead at 13-11, but great job of them to hold that one down. Devilwalk with his positioning as well was so spot on, and he cut, I think, 2 or 3 members in that round. But right now, we have Faculty back on the eco. We saw how dangerous they were just 2 rounds prior. And Fnatic, they're not making that same mistake. They're not going to rush them from all sides. We do see that 3-2 split happening here as Glaive down to 12 HP over in Banana. And Spitfire, Pronax, and RDL working towards this A site finally. And they do have all 5 members in the vicinity, but Flusha with that M4, Schneider as well with that crossfire. Could be very dangerous for Faculty as they do pick up 1 kill, though they pick up a second. But it is a 2-for-2 trade overall, as you do see JW go down as well, and this means Faculty are going to have guns yet again in a 2-on-2 situation. RDL down to 2 HP though. But all it takes is those 2 shots to the head, and HP won't matter. The bomb will be going down shortly. Here's Karrigan trying to defend. They do get 1 kill, and now it's a 1-on-1. Karrigan, 66 HP. Mahdi, 37. Bomb will be getting planted here. Can Mahdi come up big again for Fnatic, or can Karrigan take him down as he does spot him? Nade gonna come out, but will it do enough damage? No, and he gets the kill! And Faculty 2 times in a row on eco pick up the round, and we are tied yet again at 12-12.
RDL and Karrigan going huge, insane rounds from Faculty. Those rounds need to be watched back right now. I swear to God, they were stunning, stunning stuff. As soon as you think Faculty are out of it, by all rights alone, they just come back in, and now Fnatic need to do it. A Famus in there, a pistol for Modi. It's not the ideal situation to be in the 25th round here, tied up at 12-12. My word, Faculty, you guys are showing real class right now. Now RDL is looking towards that second midsection, pushing up a touch. No aggressive play this time around from Fnatic. They are taking their time, and you can tell exactly as to why. You cannot take these guys lightly. Underestimating them could be a huge mistake. I don't think they will be at this point now. There's Glaive, Spitfire, and RDL still looking towards the A site. Karrigan and Pronax more down towards the bottom of mid. Taking their time, flashing up, checking in case Fnatic did get aggressive. No one has been. play right for the site now. RDL still looking for a way through. Digging down towards Boiler. Smoke keeping them away at the moment. Carrigan just taking his time. Flash is coming through as well. Flash going over towards that CT arch. 40 seconds left. They're going to have to make their move and make it pretty darn soon. That clock will be against them. They have 3 players to find here. Schneider, JW, and I believe Flusher tucked in towards the boiler, library room. 25 seconds on the board. They seem to be making their move now, and well, the smokes are going to be put down. Flusher is tucked in deep. He's taken down Glaive. He's looking for the follow-up. Not going to get it so easily. Schneider dug in still. Flusher finding Pronax. It seems like Fnatic have got them worked out here until Spitfire took down Flusher, but look at that. Schneider immediately comes in, and they are stopping them right in their tracks towards the A site, but the bomb did go down. Smokes paying dividend there, leaving it in a 2v4 situation in favor to Fnatic. Devilwalker looking to make his way back into towards the side. He's found Carrigan, 1 more to go. He gets it, taking down Spitfire and giving Fnatic back the lead.
I'm starting to wonder if Faculty just should continue ecoing, because they're able to pick those rounds up. They're not able to pick up these gun rounds too easily. But still, fantastic play to both these teams. And you know what? You might be a lucky charm for overtimes, Pansy, because we're definitely heading for one at the moment. But as we can see, we are having, I want to say, sloppy buy for Faculty, as they do have 4 AKs. Okay, so they do finish it up. They do have 5 AKs here. And you see Fnatic fully gunned up as well. Faculty, what are they going to do this time to turn their hopes around? We do have 3 over in Banana here. JW is also there, rotating over from a site, and they do have the Banana. I mean, they do have that position locked down, and they now know that Faculty must be hitting A. So what are they going to do to react? We see Madi and Flusher rotating. They are going to go for an 8 hit here as Madi falling back. Flusher tucked in deep. Going to get one, but Glaive turns it around. Can he get the kill on Madi? No! Madi shuts him down. And now Devilwalk going to get a kill on a Carrigan. Spitfire, it's all in the hands of him in a 1-on-4 situation. Looking for 1 kill. Gets it on a Schneider. But now down to 31 HP. Is a grenade going to take him to 14? He still has 3 members, but it doesn't matter. Devilwalk again coming up huge. Picking up 2 kills, 2 rounds in a row.
We are getting to that ever so important round marker. It's 14-12 right now. This one would put Fnatic onto match point if they do manage to pick it up, and they've certainly had to fight hard for this point. And right now, in Faculty, not looking ideal for money. They are saving this one out, going to be looking towards those later rounds to see if they can turn this one back. They'll be having to play for overtime pretty much here. So let's see if they can do it. 3-2 split, nothing unusual coming from the CT side. No stacks this time. Glaive, Carrigan, well, Glaive already receiving a massive chunk of damage there, down to only 26 HP. So we know how good Faculty are on these rounds, but not the best of starts. JW, Schneider, usual positions now, just digging in. Not going to be peeking too much. They know the danger they're against. You cannot take Faculty lightly in these. So Spitfire just waiting to find a pixel out of place. No one daring to peek right now. The rest of his team are going up towards the CT arch. Flusher will be on the receiving end there. He'll have to take down Carrigan, RDL, and Glaive. Pronax holding back with the bomb. Not going to go fully committed here. Smoke will come through. The nade could rip them to shreds. Carrigan's on the receiving end. The push still happening. Flusher knows they might not be just going towards that CT arch. They pushed all the way through towards CT spawn. He's taken down Carrigan. Schneider onto Spitfire. And I just don't think Faculty are going to get the penetration they so badly need. But look where that bomb is. They've adapted, they've rotated, and they are looking towards that B site right now. 2v2, Modi's still there. I believe Devilwalk as well. They've dealt with the threat as now just Glaive stands in a 1v5. This should be Fnatic on match point. This should be their moment to shine, and I don't think Glaive can do much about it. Fnatic get to that ever so important round marker.
And we've seen already Very Games having tough problems of locking the game down. The last round is always the hardest to get here, and Faculty will be buying up everything they possibly can. Fnatic looking antsy here, realizing 1 round, and we're still in this. 1 round. And we will be up against the Copenhagen Wolves for a spot into the semis. Currently, you see that 2-3 split on that CT side. We see 4-man on in Faculty pushing up Banana here. RDL will be coming around as well. So Spitfire sitting inside that smoke. And it looks like this is what they want to commit to. I mean, if you take a look at the minimap, Fnatic have pushed up A. They realize they're all at Banana here, and they're going to get closed in on from all sides. But what can Faculty do to stop this? Are they going to push in for this? And it looks like that exactly what is the case is going to be, as they do go in. Madi picks up the kill on the Spitfire, though, so now it's a 5-on-4, and Madi looking to pick up another here, but not able to connect just yet, as Flusher with the crossfire, they pick up many, and Fnatic close it out 16-12. Very close game by both these teams.
I've got to say it, in faculty, my heart bleeds for them. They had to fight so hard then, and they almost had it. Compared to the first game they got to play that was a little bit one-sided, to say the least, they really showed they're made of something. And imagine if a couple of rounds had gone differently there. It could have been such a different situation. But Fnatic, they... on eco into the ones fully bought up.
And you look at Fnatic, they look so drained after that game, like emotionally and just mentally. They put so much into that and were able to finally come out ahead. And faculty, they can come out with their heads held high. I mean, they made it here into the finals. They did so well in this game. I mean, the first one against Copenhagen Wolves wasn't so great, but they definitely, you know, made a show in here. They made everyone realize that faculty is a good team, and you got to watch out for them.
Well, let's bear in mind, Fnatic took very games to overtime on that map. And I've got to say, if faculty worked outside of the kinks then in their play, I can imagine they wouldn't have been too far away from doing the same and taking, you know, Fnatic that far on. But that looks of a face of relief on Khan more than anything right there. He's like, Jesus Christ, that little bit of a pep talk on the side definitely worked.
And wow, I mean, Fnatic, that's exactly what they needed. But now they have to think about tomorrow. What are they going to do for that game against Copenhagen Wolves? They need to prepare for it all night, because that is going to be the decider. Will they make it into the semifinals, or will they be going home? And obviously, you know, we talked about Fnatic and faculty realizing one of these teams will be going home. But what about tomorrow when you have Fnatic and Copenhagen Wolves to realize one of those names are going to be gone as well? And
it's just the thing. It's literally the caliber of this tournament. It's so hard to predict these games because some of these teams are so incredible. You know what I mean? You look on paper, you look at, you know, every single stat possible, but it never quite does them justice. You know, you'd never think that faculty would have been able to take, you know, Fnatic that close in that game. And, you know, the likes of Molly played so well then. And then just remembering that crossfire setup on B, there were so many moments in that game that really did show class from both sides. But Fnatic, congratulations, cannot take it away from them. But sadly, it's faculty who's going home.
And I just want to point out that crossfire part again, because it was so sublime. Spitfire and Pronax in that B site. I want to know how many times they shut them down from getting in there, because it seemed like Fnatic could just not budge their way in. And that was just, I mean, that's really cool to see. Even though they lost, to see the synergy between those two players is so awesome.
Can you imagine what they'll be like, you know, in maybe next raid call tournament time? Can you imagine how strong they could be? Like, this is now, and they've, you know, had their upsets, they've had changes, they've had to, you know, bring in certain players, and it's not the lineup they intentionally wanted, but, you know, to be able to still do that, it's a real credit to faculty, but still, the win goes to Fnatic. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier, the fact that in Europe, every team is so strong that anyone could step up at any given time and really upset anyone. And, you know, NIP's been the gods of Europe so far, but very games, they've been able to show that, you know what, maybe we should get some time in here. And right now, any of these teams that we've seen so far today can be the champions. Yeah, so with that in mind, with every single team stepping up, Fnatic a little bit more than others, let's just say, let's find out exactly how that went down over in the Fnatic camp, because I believe Red Eye is waiting for the interview.
Yes, thank you very much, Pansy. With Moddy, rather than Devilwalk, I've said Devilwalk has to win one more game and then we'll get an interview with him. I wanted to bring the old boy back. Not bad for an old man for a Counter-Strike. Well done.
Thank you.
Very good. I'd say it was very good, but actually I'd be lying because there were a couple of rounds in there which weren't very good. Yeah. Very, very close match up to 12-12, and then you kind of just pulled away. But let's go back and talk about a few of the things that didn't go so well. It was two ecos you guys lost. Why?
I don't know. I think we were a little bit too overconfident, I believe. Or we just thought we had it, like, they have Echo, we're going to win this round, and we did some stupid mistake, I believe. And just took advantage of it, of course.
And they were very good with the pistols.
Of course, it was like, we didn't really have a chance when they won those Echoes. It was like directly a headshot, and we were just, okay, what to do?
So when it got to half-time and you were like 9-6, and you think 9-6 is a reasonable score on T-side on Inferno, you think, okay, yeah, that's all right. And then you win pistols and you think, right, okay, we've got this now, right?
After we were down 9-6, after that start we got, like 5-1 or 5-0, we felt like, okay, we could have done better, but okay, 6 rounds is good. We got 4 versus Vero games, and we knew we had a pretty good, strong CD side. And after we won the pistol round on CT, we felt like, like big relief. So it was pretty good for us.
And then trading round after round, backwards and forwards, a few little mistakes crept in. It's 12-12. Are you guys, is that where your experience pays for the team? Is it where you suddenly go, guys, it's fine, we're okay here?
Maybe. I think I took the decision when we were really low on money that we should drop weapons. So we got like 1 USP on me and 4 LO3 calls and 1 FAMAS. eventually won that round, and that turned the game, I believe. So.
And it's moments like that, isn't it, that just change a whole match?
Yeah, of course. But if we had lost that round, we would be pretty much screwed. They would have won they would have been up 14-12. So that was like the key round, I believe.
Okay, so that's a bit of relief done. You had a very close game with Very Games earlier on. You've had another close game against them Faculty, but it doesn't really matter now. You're into the final game tomorrow to get out of the group.
Yeah, that feels really good. We have one game tomorrow, so, like you said, and hopefully we can manage to win that game.
Right, well, best of luck. Thank you very much, and good luck tomorrow. That final game of Group A is tomorrow. It's the last one to decide who goes through to the semi-finals, along with Very Games from Group A. We are going to turn our attention to Group B very shortly. This guy will probably be checking in on a few of the games as well. But before we get there, here's some breakdown of the stats from the last game between Fnatic and then Faculty.
Here we go with the statistics desk. We have, well, an interesting match in our hands, and now it's done. JW seemed to be definitely part of the core of how Fnatic managed to pull that victory through. And we have the stats to back it up as well. JW here at the end, well, with a stunning heads-up percentage and also topping the scoreboard, actually outdone by Devilwalk, who has been someone who's been struggling a little bit on Fnatic for a while, but he seems to have really stepped it up. 24 kills. That's definitely amazing. On the other team, Pronax, he tried the very best. I mean, he's been taken off of the role of in-game leader, Glaive doing the calling, and maybe that's reflected in his stats now. We see a tremendous, I mean, what's that, 63% headshot rate? Very impressive stuff. And then the heat map as well. Well, this is the second half that we're looking at. A lot of action towards the B bomb site. Almost could have worked out for Faculty. They came this close, but they didn't quite make it. So that's really all it boils down to, 16-12. Fnatic proving that it wasn't just a one-time fluke, that they forced the overtime against Very Games on this very map earlier in the group. So that's going to be it for us here with the statistics.
Thank you very much. Yes, good stats breakdown as ever. We've got those coming for you all day long at the end of every match. As I said before, Group A is now done for today, but we do have one more match to play tomorrow, which will decide our second semi-finalist from Group A. Attention draws to Group B in just a moment, but we are going to take a break. Before we get there, though, a reminder for you to go and download the app. You can do that at raidcall.com, free of charge. Download the app, install it, and go to Group 1997. And I'll tell you why you need to go there. I'm not going to tell you who it is. It's a special surprise, but we're going to have one of our pro players do a Q&A only in the Raidcall channel in 1997. And is it you, sir?
To do what?
Are you going to do a Q&A for us?
Possibly. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm being told you are.
I have the time now, right?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so make sure you go and check it out in 1997. That's via raidcall.com. Also, don't forget as well, if you want to interact with us via social media, you can do so at Raidcall EMS1 and also on Facebook, Raidcall EMS1 there as well. And throw in the hashtag #EMS1. We'll be back after the break with Group B.
Very heavily invested early on. And well, that's Taz wiping the face of Angel, starting towards the side. Oh, lovely follow-up from Taz. 2 for him this round already. Adrenlo piercing towards the side. Him and Markelov breaking it open. And this is what they need to be doing. But bear in mind, it's a 3v3 on a round that the Astana Dragons should be mopping the floor with ESC. Lord, Edward drops a bomb. Taz with a lovely hat-trick move for his 4th. He's going to have to take down Adren here if he wants. And he does! Stunning stuff from Taz. My word, Taz, you absolute beast.
Kicked out, leaving teams, joining teams.
Oh my word.
What a fantastic triple from Taz. Absolutely superb triple.
Back. Taz finds 2 and the 3rd and the 4th. Well, go make it 5. And you do. Well played, Taz. Nice little ace for him there. And it was done, dealt with and dusted in seconds.
From Taz. That was like I'd stepped back into a TARDIS and gone back 5 years and we were actually playing 1.6 with better graphics. That's what I want to see being used on a pistol round.
Professional grade communication tool. The choice of professional teams. Perfect stream viewing experience. Chosen by online streamers. Easy to use voice messenger service. Chosen by over 12 million gamers.
Communication is always vital when competing in tournaments. Winning a match requires perfect coordination. You cannot win by yourself.
Raid Call. Communication for winners.